Let's go. Oh, Ms. Bullock, how are you?
Oh, hi, nice to meet you.
I'm glad that you have allowed me to come in and inspect your property for you. I appreciate you taking the time out for me to come out and do that today.
No problem.
Are you ready for us to go through what I found?
Yes.
All right, through my comprehensive inspection, we went around your home. As you know, I went all the way around from one side to the other, and I found some conducive conditions that was really a concern of mine. You had a lot of areas where you had low-lying areas with water standing around, which is mosquito breeding grounds, but it also makes the soil and around your house conducive for termites. Because right along where your fence line is, where your fence touches your house, that the bottoms were all rotten because that water kept sitting there. And wet wood, moisture, it's all conducive conditions for termites to get into your house undetected. Did you know that?
No, not really, no.
Okay, well, now my fears were validated as I went around to the back of your house to your deck, where of course you have that wooden deck back there, that the deck goes straight into the ground. You had some termite activity there. And because I couldn't see right next to the house because the deck's butted right up against the house, I'm gonna assume that termite activity may have made it to your house, but I could not see that for myself until I got into your home. So when I went in and did the inside inspection, I found around your back door, the framework of your back door, the bottoms of it was moist and they were actually, very brittle. Found some evidence of termites right there. So termites have injured your home. The conditions all the way around it has caused that from happening. With this heat and all that, that's the reason why you're seeing those winged insects in your windowsills. Did you know that?
No, so what do I need to do?
Well, I'll get to that. I'm gonna give you a recommendation of how we're gonna fix this thing together to get your home back and get that value of your most prized possession back up to where it needs to be. Because termites, do you know that they could eat all day, all night, 24 hours a day, they're just walking up and down and they're doing damage to your home undetected. And when you see that little damage with a little dirt in your wood, that's just the mistakes that they made. And we wanna make sure and correct those things right there and then. But I wanna go over the rest of the things that I found, because I also took into your attic. Because you had winged insects, we also wanna check the attic to make sure there's no insects there as well.
Okay.
And we checked there, didn't see any winged insects, great job. Your attic, though it was lacking some insulation. How long have you been in this home again?
15 years.
15 years. Have you ever had insulation in your attic?
I've never been in yet.
Well, some people, that's their testimony as well, because most people only go up there if they store Christmas things up there, or they're going up there to check the pan for the air conditioner because it's overflowed. That's not a place we frequent, right?
That's correct.
Well, I went up there, and this house is 25 years old, and it looks like the original insulation is there, and it is deteriorated down way below the EPA's, recommended amount, which is about an R49, which is about 11, 12 inches of insulation, about a little lower than your rafters of where you want to be. So I really and truly think that part of the things that we need to fix in your home today is that we need to put some more insulation. Let me tell you why Orkin is probably the best place you can go to get that, because we just don't have the regular insulation. Like you have fiberglass up there. That fiberglass is old and matted, and I'll show you the pictures of this is how it looks. This is just way below the standards you need for your insulation around your home. We want to make sure to protect that investment for you. So I went and walked around all the attic after I saw the decimated insulation, and I saw a couple of spots where there were some feces, and a couple of spots I turned off the lights up there, shined my black light, and I could see the discoloration in the attic insulation, which tells me that you've had some rodent issues up there.
How'd they get up there?
Well, here's how. So this picture shows me cutting off the lights completely in your attic and panning around, and you can see the holes in the attic where they're outside from your rafters, where they go right into, not your rafters, sorry, your eaves. They go right into from the outside of your eaves. Your downspouts, if you notice how they go up into your attic, there's kind of like some rub marks, some dark discolorations on there. That's the rodents going up and down, and they rub because they have an oily stomach. They rub and they go up in there, and using that pheromone, other rodents find their way in there. So I'm gonna recommend a solution for that for you too. You interested in finding out more about that?
Well, I definitely don't want rodents.
Yeah, because did you know how many diseases they carry? They carry 27 known diseases. And it's not just them, the animal themselves, but their excrement, their feces and their urine, they carry those same diseases. And when it dissipates and turns into a powder, if you have just one tear in your ductwork up there, that can get into your ventilation system, and you could be breathing that stuff in.
Well, I know I do have allergies, so.
Yeah, you don't want that. You definitely don't want that just inside of you while you're breathing at night when that stuff is coming through. But definitely, we want to get those rodents out. We're going to get those out for you, okay? So other than those couple of things, the attic insulation with the rodents and getting that out, and the termite evidence that we found, everything else looks good. Your foliage in the backyard is cut away from the yard. You don't have a lot of mosquito population out there. I didn't have to swat mosquitoes because most of the things are direct sunlight there, and that's great. You didn't have any standing water other than the spots that I showed you in the beginning of my presentation. That is good. I didn't see a lot of ants out there as well, so that is great. But what I do want to do is I want to give you a couple of solutions that will help you get rid of the problems that we both know that you don't want to be living with, right?
I definitely don't want pets in my house, but if we cut to the chase, how much is this gonna cost me?
Well, have you ever dealt with Orkin and doing some type of works like this?
I have not.
So I'm assuming that you wouldn't know how we bill for services like this.
No clue.
Okay, so what we do is, we don't want to take your money up front. What we want to do is, we want to come out and do the work. We want you satisfied before we take it down from you. And the way we sell our business like this is, we will come in, we'll schedule the work, we'll have you sign the contracts for it, and we will actually come in, we'll do the attic insulation, what we'll do is pull all the old insulation in, out, sanitize, we'll exclude all of the areas that you have, that rodents or any kind of pests can come in. After we do that, we'll put you brand new 12 inches of insulation, the EPA recommended amount. That will save you on your light bill. How much you paying for your light bill?
I have a pretty decent utility bill, so.
Yeah, I bet without insulation up there, that attic is just, it's causing your energy cost to go up. But without insulation, it's gonna really put a damper on that. It's gonna be able to push that down. We're also gonna put a Hatchmaster, so if you ever do decide to get in that attic, you'll have to unzip it. We'll put like a little aluminum foil Hatchmaster seal over the attic door, so the heat will stay in the attic when it's hot, and the cold will stay in the attic when it's cold. So
Hatchmaster, can you show me what that looks like?
yes, sir. I actually have one right here. And it's all it is just it unzips, it seals to your door. You unzip it, you go through it, you zip it back up, so the insulation doesn't come down, heat doesn't come down, and it looks all real pretty once you put that insulation out there.
I never knew that kind of product existed. So.
It's something that is definitely good for us. And since you don't go in your attic, I would propose you to have what we call our attic deck. We could actually put you some storage space up there. We can screw in some of our platform little squares that go into your rafters. And if you want to ever put your Christmas decoration or anything up there, we can put you about 1,000 square foot of extra storage space if we want to include that.
How much weight could it take?
It could take 250 pounds for a square.
Oh.
Yep. My fat butt can stand on there and feel confident. So that's some things. If you want to, I can also include that into the price if you're interested.
We can put it in there and see what the total's gonna be.
Okay.
Go from there.
All right. So with all that work, and that's an extensive amount of work, right? With all that work, all it's gonna cost you is $343 for 60 months. How does that sound for you?
343, 60 months. I mean, I paid more for other things. I'm gonna have to probably run that by my wife. I can't make this decision without talking to her about it first.
Okay. You want to get her on the phone, so just in case, you want her to know exactly what you know, and if she has questions that you may not thought about, you would want me to be able to answer those questions, right?
Yeah, that sounds good. Let me see if I can get a hold of her.
Okay. Get her on the phone, whatever, explain it all. So now that your wife agrees, what do you think about going forward and getting this scheduled? We could get you started next Wednesday.
Well, if you know how it is, if the boss says yes, then
All right. Well,
Can't argue with that.
Well, just to recap, what we're going to do for you, we're gonna go ahead and put some, we didn't talk about the bait station, I wanna make sure to tell you exactly what we're gonna get for you. We're gonna put bait stations around your house. These bait stations are top of the line on the market. They're the only thing on the market that has termite colony elimination within their benefit package. We'll put those out there. We'll also put a liquid barrier around there. All the areas around your house, we'll dig a trench, put the chemical in there, backfill that trench and spray the chemical on top. We'll also go inside where you are having the termite evidence right now around the framework on your back door. We're gonna foam there to get that immediate impact on those termites. Once we do all that, you'll be protected with termites. Every year we'll come back and check that bait. If the bait is more than a 30, we'll replace it. If it's not, we'll put it back in there, let it keep working. The longer it stays in, the better it works, it attracts. So that's how we'll take care of the termites for you. Then the insulation and the rodent issue, will come out and seal all the holes. We'll trap any kind of pest that's up there right now, that's after we seal everything up, so the rodents will come up. Once we stop seeing activity, we'll come in, we'll pull out the old insulation, spray down and sanitize your attic completely, put in fresh new insulation, and make sure that it is up to standards. It's all flat, it looks pretty. We'll put that Hatchmaster in there, and then we'll add that 1,000 square feet of walkway and storage space in your attic. So you'll be proud to go in your attic, it's nice and clean, and you can put your Christmas products up there. So, everything sound good to you?
You know, honestly, it doesn't sound too bad, and I know that we need it. This is gonna be the home that we're gonna be in for the rest of our lives, so I really need to take care of it.
That's right, that's right. If it was my home, I would do the same thing. In fact, I believe in orchard products so much that I have them in my home personally, and I haven't had any issue with them. Not just because I work there, it's because the products work, right?
Okay, so if I do this, how long, is there warranty or something, or, I mean?
Yes, sir. So on your termite, you have an annual warranty. I signed you up, so once you finish paying for this, you got 5 years of coverage with your termites. You don't have to pay an additional renewal until you finish paying through this after 5 years, right? So after the 5th year, you'll be asked to pay for a $350 renewal on your termite, and all that does is that it keeps that renewal going for us to come back and check those bait stations and pull them up, make sure and replace them. That's all that's for. The insulation, all that, it's a one-time fee. We have a year renewal on the work, but on the insulation, it's lifetime. So anything happens, it'll start sinking down. Manufacturer lifetime warranty on that thing. So you're covered with that.
Okay, I think that sounds pretty good to me.
All right. Well, go ahead and sign right here, sir.